Welcome to Presente, a space and community that vibes on being in the moment, something we are relearning how to do in a fast moving world.
We are excited to be part of a growing movement that talks about topics that we feel haven't been talked about in our Latin culture and womanhood.
Be present with us. Take a pause and break down societal norms.
Redefine the meaning of existing. Welcome to Presente, the podcast.
Happy Hispanic Heritage Month. Did you call me a gringa? If you are Latino and residing in the United States of America and traveled abroad, let's say your home country, in my case, that's the Dominican Republic, and let's say you spoke English during your stay, and let's say you're clothed nicely, clean, different outfits almost every day of the week, some with name brands, and most people from your family don't know you. But out of nowhere, you're referred to as a gringa. If you know, you know. And that's because chances are you've been called a gringa or gringo too. And although it is a stereotype, everything that I listed, it is how the Latin world views those from the USA.
Pero what is gringo, gringa? Gringo o gringa is a term some Latinos use to talk about someone who speaks English and is from or born in the United States, a foreigner. Though in some contexts and a little research from Google, it can refer to someone who is quote unquote white, racially speaking, having light eyes, lighter hair, or speaking Spanglish. The Honduran side of my family definitely referred to my younger cousin and I as gringas. Las gringas de Nueva York. I was between either 6 to 8 when I first visited my mom's home country and heard this term. Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, you can imagine how taking a wagon with a team of horses and muddy trails to head to Abuela's house was quite an unexpected journey for a little kid who was used to New York City trains, buses, cars, and concrete highways. Let's just say that younger me did not learn how to appreciate nature until I was a lot older. The family looked at my younger cousin and I happily. It was years ago my mother left all she once knew to start a life in New York City. So there was lots of crying, laughing, and dancing because Hondurans knew that song, Killing Me Softly by the Fugees, despite the language differences. My cousins from Honduras go, pero esas hipotas, a term some may use in Central America to refer to little kids, son gringas. Understanding them, I go, ¿qué es eso?
I want to say that I too first heard the word gringa, or at least it being directed at me, when I was visiting DR. I think I was about 11 or 12 and would visit my family every summer for the entire summer, literally. During one visit, I recall being at a resort with my family and the staff calling me a gringa. I had no idea what that meant. I was very confused. My uncle explained it to me, and now, every once in a blue, he would refer to me that way jokingly in conversation. It's all good. I've heard jokes and myths on how the word came to be. Some say it was an American man being chased and telling him to run on a green traffic light. Green, go! Yet, it's a corny joke. Thinking back on it, I chuckle. But that wasn't always the case. I really did not like being called a gringa, just like I did not like being called niña. For me, I have always identified with being Dominican and being born there, in Santiago to be exact. And although I was raised in New York from the age of 1, I still told everyone I am Dominican. Yo soy Dominicana. I wasn't going around saying I'm American. And yes, I spoke Spanglish, Spanish, and English. That's right. I guess I was too young and naive to understand the world around me and was just living in my own world. And now, yes, I still say I'm from the Dominican Republic, raised in New York.
The confusion of que es. If I'm being honest, being around my family members, watching telenovelas, and telling my mom I wanted to learn Spanish is what helped me improve my communication, reading, and writing skills. I even took AP in high school because I wanted to improve learning the language. Regardless, I still didn't know everything, and in some conversations, I asked, "Guess?" Insert the word here if you've ever felt like that before. The term gringas, quote unquote, was a funny word to me as a kid. I think I laughed when it was said to me the first time, but then later I realized it's because my cousin and I were not from Honduras, but first generation Americans rooted in our Bella Latin ancestry. Back in the day, America was what everyone called the land of making it out and opportunities. Sadly, though, this is also learning the reason my mother did not have me in her home country. She wanted safety, education, and something a little bit more comfortable for us. She was breaking a grand generational cycle leaving home, like other immigrants who come here. Y'all should check out our latest episode, The New American Dream.
Wow, Gisela, as I listen to you, I am here thinking how at a young age you had to request to learn Spanish. Crazy that the presumptions to migrate and start a new life in the Americas meant dissolving your Latin roots and conform. This is how people, places, and many more other things get lost in history. Food for thought. The next time it comes to diluting oneself, it creates a ripple effect. So I think that when it comes to qué es, mejor dicho es quién es. Your soul knows. It reminds me of the Beyonce song Find Your Way Back for the Lion King movie soundtrack. What is needed to learn and try the Spanish language, the unwanted labels, such like gringa, and getting to experience the best of both worlds per se. It is all that needed to be done and continues to make us who we are and who we become. My guess is that it is all part of the process.
Gringas. Final thoughts? I honestly don't know or don't really know if gringa is really a negative term or not. I guess it would depend on the individual. For me personally, yeah, I was born American, but the part where I'm a bilingual girl who appreciates Spice Girls and punta songs like Sopa de Caracol made me appreciate the unique parts that allowed me to see beyond the girl who spoke English, is pale skin, green eyes, and light, brown hair. I embraced, I guess, my gringaness. But listen, Selena Quintanilla is still a queen, and you know what? So is Britney Spears. Being Latina made will always be a wondrous world filled with alma, casa, y amor, soul, home, and love.
I'd say younger me really didn't like the word and term of a gringa. I just didn't like being singled out that way. Yet, little did I know that I wasn't alone in that. While I personally do not use this word gringa or gringo, and I don't directly identify with it, like I'm not out here calling myself a gringa. However, now that I am older, I can say that I get it. It doesn't bother me as much. Yet it now reminds me of all the stories and experiences we all carry and should be proud of as Latinos. It's an honor and an humbling to know that yes, you can adapt, diversify, learn, and grow for yourself and the next generations to come.
Fuerza, a word that means strength in the Hispanic community, etched from the fires of the generations before us in return to the name of us being here in the present. Still vibrant and soulful, writing our stories in the stars and continuing them here in the earthly realms, connecting back to what our ancestors always knew: how to be here on this planet in harmony, working with the elements to grow resources that supported the community to collectively share and belong in this time and space, to see and feel the magic of life through the art of noticing. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month to our community, for we are still here with all the fuerza nobody can take from us.